All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of DWMOD. That's Disagree With Me or Don't. You know what time it is. We got a lot of stuff on the menu this weekend. We're going to be recapping a few things from last week. We got some news stories we're going to hit on this week. We're going to touch a little bit on UFC 250. We're going to get into some of the things that happened there. We're going to get back on Dylan Larkin. There's a whole lot of stuff we're going to get to, and you can disagree with me or don't, because that's how it works. College football is now B1G versus SEC. Down, put. If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money. Ready? All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. Yes, sir. Andy St. Clair in the house, buddy. So much stuff from last week is like still front page stories as they develop. We had NBA championship. We had a Stanley Cup championship over the weekend. I mean, were you just busy all weekend with the sports or what?
Yeah, I was enjoying the NBA. I was enjoying the finals. I got to be honest. I didn't watch a lot of NHL. This is one of the first years I didn't watch a lot of the playoffs. I don't know why. It just didn't grab me as much as it should have. But the NBA did. The Knicks run was incredible, and that got me. So that's kind of where I focused most of my energy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you wholly. If you're really dialed into hockey, like it was a pretty fun Stanley Cup because it was a lot of high scoring comebacks, teams up 4 goals, losing games. I mean, it was like kind of mirroring the NBA finals a little bit. You know what I mean? It was kind of exciting. The NBA finals, I agree with you, man. It was the first time in a long time that I was tuned into more than a couple of games and interested, you know?
Yeah, it was good. You know, like it was the same script every game. Spurs get out to a lead and then Knicks came back. Like makes pretty exciting basketball ultimately.
Yeah. Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit last week, but it was fun to watch because they were letting it go a little bit. You didn't have a bunch of flopping going on. They were letting some physical play go. It felt like you were watching basketball. It was fun.
It was great. And then the Knicks were awesome. I still think they're going to be good for a couple of years, so they're not going away.
Yeah, well, congrats to the Knicks here. I mean, there it is. NBA champion New York Knicks, Brunson MVP. These guys here. Did you think you would see that in your lifetime?
I assumed at some point. I just didn't think it was going to be this Knicks iteration at all. But yeah, dude, they were so good. You know, they lost. I think they lost twice to the Hawks by once.
Yep.
They lost to the Spurs once. And they lost the last regular season game of the year because they rested everybody. But before that, the last time they lost was in March. Yeah. You know, so they just got into an all-time heater. Like that was just a run of runs.
Yeah, they figured it out and found it, man. And then just gradually the confidence was just building and building. 53 years, man.
It was awesome. By the way, nice ULM hat.
Oh, but I got to sport the ULM hat today. They came out with the preseason rankings for the conference predictions. You know, the early one before they'll come out with another one over the summer. They got ULM dead last. They got us dead last. They're not giving us any kind of credit. And you look over the analytics, if you will, for the team, and it's like a ton of returning starters. A ton of guys with multiple years starting experience. When you put that on the paper against everybody else in the conference, we have more returning starters with more experience coming back. I think we're going to be a tough out.
You're going to take the over. You taking the over?
I'm going to take the over when it comes out because I would imagine it's probably going to be at 3 or 4. And I'm going to be like, no, sir, because the schedule this year, usually we play 2 Power 5s every year for the money. In one season, we played Texas and Auburn. You know what I mean? It's like, so those usually 2 L's for you. We're only playing 1 this year. They're putting another viable option on the schedule to try to get that extra win and get bowl eligible. So we got Mississippi State at Mississippi State, and then it's all, group of 5s. So yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get a bowl game this year, boys. Let's get a bowl game. All right, let's jump on the Stanley Cup real quickly. I did tune in a lot to that. Hurricanes, there it is, man. First cup in 20 years. Now, Andy, that surprised me to hear. You hearing that out loud right now, does that sound weird?
Yeah, actually, it does. I kind of thought for some reason, I get them and like Florida and all these other teams I don't really know very well confused, but it tells me they at least have been around 20 some years.
Yeah. That means they won the cup after I watched the Red Wings beat them for the Stanley Cup in like 02 when I went down there through the octopus, that whole story we've discussed 100 times on the show, fought my way out of the arena down there. They won the cup after that, shortly after that, a year or two after that. And I don't know. I like you felt like, I feel like I just remember them winning it like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought too. I'm like, if you'd asked me like, when was the last time they won? I'd have been like 2017.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought as well, which I bet if we went and looked, they were in the finals a couple times and lost or something,
Yeah.
First time in 20 years. Conn Smythe winner for them is their captain, Jordan Staal. Jordan Staal is the oldest Conn Smythe winner in the history of the NHL at 37 years old. This guy ripped off 5 straight games with a goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, they only played 6, and he had a total of 6 goals. So he had 2 in one game, but he scored a goal in 5 straight games, wound up with 12 points in their 19-game run. That's a hell of a run for a 37-year-old captain.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I didn't, 37, that's old. That's old in any sport, like in hockey, that's old. He's getting beat up a lot.
Yeah, and he scored a ton of goals. It just doesn't happen like that, man. So congratulations to him. The story of the NHL Finals was the backup goalie, Brandon Bussey, the backup goalie for Carolina. Now he became the starter in game 3. He took over at the end of the game, and he went the rest of the way. They decided for game 6 that the original starter, Frederick Anderson, he couldn't go because he had that knee injury.
Right.
Andy, I'm here to tell you right now, that knee injury was a little more pat on the back. Why don't you sit this one out?
Yeah, we got a guy. Hot goaltender.
Yeah. Well, not just that. Like, I think Anderson had given up like 14 goals in the first 2 games and 2 periods. Right. Like, they were getting 5, 6, 5, 4. I mean, it was like, bro, take a seat. Bussey pitches the shutout in the Stanley Cup final game, which was great. I was watching with my wife, and they got this guy's backup goalie, and they got his wife and family right in the, in the crowd, right against the glass there. And it's like a shutout, winning the Stanley Cup. It's a great story, man. Great story.
Amazing. Do you know, by the way, I remember this because I read this when the cup was over. Last 30 years, what team has won the most cups?
In the last 30 years, who's won the most cup? This is interesting. Boy, the Panthers won 2 in a row. That's only 2, though. I'm going to say the Lightning.
Detroit Red Wings.
What?
Yep.
3?
4.
4. Okay, 30 years. Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, okay.
I thought that was 2002, 2008. The Wings, baby, the Wings.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking late 90s. I was thinking 30 years. We're in the 2000s. Yeah, no. Yeah, Wings, I guess. But we haven't been in playoffs in 10 years, thanks to my buddy Dylan Larkin, and we'll be talking about him in a little bit.
Yeah. Right. I think Pittsburgh and Chicago are next at 3.
Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh makes sense. Oh, Chicago did win 3, didn't they?
Yeah.
I would have guessed 2. They won 3 in that little stretch there. Okay. That's a good little run for Chicago, that little 3-cup run there. Well, listen, we were handing out bets the whole time. Let's share a couple of bet slips here. So there it is, the Knicks to win. Knicks to win the NBA title paid out at 135. That ticket came in. Then we had a small ticket on Carolina to win the Stanley Cup. That came in at $30. They end up winning it. And here's the kicker, all on the same night here. Boom. Got the parlay. Canes with Knicks to win it. That paid 70. It was a good little 2 nights there. I got to be honest with you. 3 baseball parlays came in that same window as well. So good little weekend.
That's a nice one.
Weekend.
Yeah, no, like the Knicks was like, I love the Knicks. It was pounding them every money line, every game. Just lost once.
Yeah. Yep. Those are great. Great bets. Guys, pay attention. We're laying these things out for you. The money's in the receipts. Just take a look and check it out. All right, man, it's time to get to Crimes Against Sports. This week, Crimes Against Sports is brought to you by our friends over at the Joyview Meats Market.
It's brought to you by the Joyview Meats Market. Don't go to the grocery store for those price gouge packaged proteins. That's not even a whole pound. Do yourself a favor and head over to Joyview Meat Market. This family's been serving the community since 1969. And they're serving the best cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. Not to mention the best fresh ground Polish kielbasa you'll find anywhere in Detroit. Smoked or fresh. That's the Joyview Meat Market right on Joy Road and Telegraph. Support the neighborhood and tell them Gordon sent you.
Yeah, baby, get over there. I can't wait, Andy. I'm about 2 weeks away from hitting the Joyview meets for the 4th of July weekend. I cannot wait.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to take some photos and put them up in the pod.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and shoot some photos, some videos with those guys, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait. Maybe Gordon will be there. Maybe Gordon will pop in. I don't know.
Right, invite him. I think you just got to invite him.
Yeah, I gotta see if he's in town.
Yeah.
If he's in town. I think I don't know. I think he's gonna be at the US Open this weekend.
Oh, good.
I talked to him a little bit about that, but I don't know what he's going to be after that. We'll check it out, though. All right, let's get to crimes against sports. This weekend, it's a real easy one. Andy, this is a real easy one. It's that UFC 250.
Oh.
What are we doing? What are we doing, man?
I have to be honest. I didn't watch a second of it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a second of it. I'm like, why? I'm not watching this. It seemed horrible. Yep. I didn't watch it. I heard there were some cool things happened, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, like I saw the replays and the highlights and stuff, and I had some bets going, so I was just checking on my phone and things like that. I popped over there for the Gagey fight to see just for the main card. I'm not gonna lie to you. I popped over there. I didn't pay for a pay-per-view or nothing, so I caught the Gagey fight at the end, which was a great fight. Let's give credit where credit's due. That fight was a lot of fun, but this is ridiculous. This was ridiculous. Jumping motorcycles, just they're walking through the White House and out to the military guys standing there saluting these fighters as they're going to the ring. And it was just absurd, man.
Right. It was like Gladiator. It was like Gladiator show with a Roman king or, the king's watching and always pointing up at the king or whatever. It was horrible. Yeah. I was like, no way.
It was that all wrapped up in like a third world dictator's expression of military power to the people.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't understand the whole thing. Like, that's what we're doing to represent America on the 250th birthday. I don't know, man. Like, that's our message to the world. I guess it is right now. I guess it just is right now.
I was like, also, why wasn't it around the 4th of July?
Well, that's what the thing was. It was supposed to be, I believe, and then they started catching a bunch of heat over that, and so they were like, no, it's not 250th birthday, it's UFC 250, and it's going to be for Donald Trump's birthday, not America's birthday. They started backing off it. Wow. But like, it was just idiocracy all over the place. Like, what was I want somebody to explain this to me, maybe in the comments or something. But okay, I get it. He's boys with Dana. They wanted to do it on the lawn to the White House. Okay, they're going to set that whole thing up. What was the need to wrap and fold the military into Trump's birthday and UFC?
I mean, at this point, who knows? I mean, who knows? I have no idea. No idea.
Right. Yeah, but that's just him. He's like, he wants to be, he posts these pictures all the time of him in military outfits, and like, he wants to be this like military leader. He's proved it. He's a goof and he doesn't know what he's doing with that. We see that with the Iran. Not going to get into politics here, but we see how stupid it was. I'm just like, these guys, there was a big beef on the internet. You probably caught that, even if you didn't watch, about these guys saluting these fighters as they're coming out. Now, these are the same like honor guard type of guys from what I read that are like assigned to, like when the planes land with the guys' bodies in the coffins and stuff. These guys are like, very serious, earned right to be saluted in that manner. And Trump just turns it into, these fighters are walking out and they're getting it. Now, I did hear one guy try to backpedal and explain it and say they were not saluting the fighters. They were saluting the people walking out with the fighters. So you had some Medal of Honor winners that were walking out with the fighters. They were saluting them. You had some policemen and firemen. You had some other soldiers. And I'm like, again, I was a fireman. I am not worthy of that honor of being saluted by those gentlemen. You know what I mean? Like this, stop. You're making shit up now. What are we doing?
I mean, yeah, we just got to survive 2 more years. Just 2 more years, guys. We get through this.
Hopefully 6 more months.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
or less.
Or less. Yeah. It's just the whole thing was so grandiose and gross. And then of course, did you think you were going to get through the night without an incident? Did you think you were going to get through the night without some idiot taking the opportunity to be exactly what we were all afraid of all of this representing America as? And there it was, Josh Hockett. Here's what Josh Hockett does in the ring after he wins his fight in front of the whole crowd.
He said this during his post-match interview with Joe Rogan.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Some in the crowd could be heard laughing while others seemed shocked.
What? Andy, what?
That was like a bad stand-up joke.
Yeah.
Am I right, America?
Am I right? And everybody's like even here's the thing that I found a little bit fun. Even that crowd that everybody expected to be hillbilly morons.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't a fair assumption. There's a lot of people. I enjoy UFC. You enjoy UFC. We're not hillbilly morons. But associated with that event, anyway, it wasn't a really big cheer for that.
No.
Everybody was like, hey, everybody's going to cheer for this, man, and stick it to the libs. And everybody was kind of like, what?
Right.
Bro, no.
Right. Well, I mean, she did have 2 children, and there is only one, females. I mean, it's common sense.
It's the dumbest thing that only a racist fucking idiot would even say. Yeah. Michelle Obama, she's beautiful. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, it's not even a thing where she's like, I don't know, one of the first ladies from like the turn of the century, where they were looking like, hey man, her life expectancy here is like 30 and this broad's 50. You know what I mean? Like, she's not, come on, it's just stupid. And this guy, I'll tell you what, let's get on this guy in a second. I got some background on this guy that you might not know.
But no doubt I don't know it. I guarantee you I don't know this guy.
Guarantee you don't know because I just found it out myself. I'm like, who is this asshole? Here's another thing that kind of shocked me was, Louis, play the video again. Play close attention to Joe Rogan as he's saying this and right after he's saying it. Watch Joe Rogan's face.
He said this during his post-match interview with Joe Rogan.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Some in the crowd could be heard laughing while others seemed.
I'm like, now wait a minute, man. First of all, Joe does a great job calling the fights, and he's been with this thing when it was nothing. This isn't a Johnny come lately type deal with him, right? Like he's earned that spot. We are all familiar with that, and he's great in the ring on the interviews. He's very good. Number one, be a pro. Why are you letting the biggest idiot in the UFC take the microphone from you during an interview? Right?
For sure.
Like, you don't give up the mic to anyone if you're interviewing them in a situation like that. He just gives them the mic.
Yeah.
Number one.
No, I mean, he also looked like he was like, oh boy, okay.
Yeah, he's smiling and laughing as he's saying it. Looks like he's almost mouthing it with him. And then, like, here's the thing. In that moment, you should have some kind of facial expression if somebody said something that fucking out of line and that you know what I mean? Like your face should be like, all right, here we go. Like, come on, man. Or say something like, oh, okay, give me the mic. You know what I mean? He was just like smiling and like, you're a fighter. This is so fun. Yeah. I was just like, he looked like a little kid. He looked like a Mark at like a wrestling show when you're a kid. For sure.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, he's probably, it's like in his mind, he's trying to like smile, do the company thing, but we'll respect him more if he would have said something like, okay, man, thanks, move on.
Yeah, and then he gets the mic back, and that's all he says. He goes, well, that's Josh Hockett, guys. I'm like, nah, dude, nah. Yeah. So this is the guy that if you caught the video during weigh-ins,
I did.
They were trying to push this as like a TMZ story, and it just didn't take off because it was so phony and stupid. It was embarrassing to the UFC. This guy came walking out for weigh-ins the day before, which is a big deal. Drunk, supposedly. Right. And then he's stumbling up to the weigh-in, and then I'm not even playing the video. He stands up there to get weighed, and then he starts like throwing up on himself down his chest and stuff. And I'm like a little bit of throw up out of his mouth. I was probably sitting in there, some oatmeal or something. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I was confused. I didn't know what we were doing. I'm like, why would they let him go up if he was drunk? I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, exactly that, because he wasn't. And then he pulled that little stunt. And then like he's got videos online where he's like interviewing homeless people like aggressively, or I don't know, acting like an asshole. And like he's got this whole, you see, he's always wearing the bandanas and the glasses now and stuff. He's got this whole WWF thing going on where this is like a persona, and he thinks he's cutting promos and playing heel. And there's 100 other interviews out there with UFC fighters right now that are going, hey, we don't need this shit, man. Somebody step in and tell him to fucking stop. This is not fake. This is not pretend. This is not scripted, man.
No doubt. No doubt. It looked crazy. It looked crazy. I was just like, what is this? It was just trash. It was all trash.
Trash. He wasn't even really selling it. It looked like a complete stunt. It reeked of stunt. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever, dude. That crimes against sports, the whole thing. Fucking thumbs down. It was terrible. Terrible, fucking terrible. All right, let's jump into some good news. Let's jump into something good here. Let's jump into quick hits. And today, Grant, quick hits is brought to us by this amazing little girl. Okay, she is the niece of friend of the show, Grant Lancaster. You're familiar with Grant. Yeah. His niece, Nia, is doing something amazing. And I'm going to let her tell you guys about it, and then you can get online and check it out. Check out this video. This is awesome.
Who you are and why you're here today.
Hi, I'm Nia, and I'm 8 years old. I created the medical bow. I have food allergies, so I can understand how scary it is to be in an emergency and not be able to talk.
A medical bow? What is that exactly?
It's a way to speak without saying a word. Look at my wrist, and medical bristles to say under the sleeves or lost in a backpack. If someone has an allergic reaction or diabetic emergency, others might be too confused to find it. Silent is enemy when you're in a hurry.
So, how does your medical bow solve that?
I move the held to eye level.
That's cool. How does someone actually find out how to help?
It's magic. I use your Care Wake tech, Lena. Every bow has a QR code. Can you scan me?
Look at that. It pulled up your profile instantly. It shows your photo, your emergency medical plan, and even a big pink button to call a guardian or 911 right away. What is your business called?
It's Storytime on Purpose, because I want every kid to be able to tell their story.
That's it. She started this whole little business called Storytime on Purpose, and she's selling these medical bows, which you heard in the video. Like, it puts everything on there that, you know, someone with severe allergies or, you know, might need insulin or something where you can go into like diabetic shock or something in public, and you can't talk and people don't know what's happening, right? You can just scan her bow in her hair and boom, it pulls up her whole, whoever signed up for this thing, it pulls up your whole, you know, medical disorder, what's going on, who you are, your picture, and it tells you right away. And she is carrying a EpiPen in her back left pocket, you know, because you know to carry it where your directions say. Boom. I mean, how amazing this little 8-year-old girl come up with this whole thing.
It's amazing. It's awesome. You know, my daughter she had some food allergies, so it was always a little nerve-wracking. So that would have been a great thing to have.
Yeah, right. And then the story time, you know, because every kid deserves to tell their story. What a great story. You saw the QR code there on the screen, guys. You can just pause the video right there. You can scan that thing. You can get on there, order a bow from her, but more so get on that YouTube video of hers, like it. Let's help push this thing around. Let's help her help some other people, man. What a great story.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, really.
Oh, buddy. All right, let's move into the U.S. Open. Let's just talk a little U.S. Open really quickly and quick hits here. Who do you like this weekend, Andy? U.S. Open. What's the deal?
I'm going to pull up some odds.
Yeah. I got a couple that I like while you're pulling that up.
Okay, I do have the ones I like.
Let's go.
A few texts today to a few people floating around. Here's some guys I'm interested in: Xavier Schauffele, X
Schauffele,
Fleetwood, Cam Young, Fitzgerald, DeChambeau, Henley, Bobby Mack. Those are a couple guys I like.
Okay.
I also, just throwing out there, I kind of like Neiman. Cam Smith is a long shot. You can, and I like Patrick Reed. I will not say Scotty Scheffler, but I like Scotty Scheffler. But
I mean,
at 500, I'm never doing it.
There's a reason why every betting board you go to will tell you odds to win, and then there's another category that says odds to win except for Schefter. Like you can bet who will come in second. It's crazy.
I'll tell you a good X Schauffele stat I was looking up today. I was talking with a guy about it. This week it'll be Xander's 10th U.S. Open. If he finishes in the top 10, he'll have as many U.S. Open top 10s as Tiger Woods. His worst career finish at the U.S. Open is 14th in 2022.
Wow.
So,
okay. Well, he's a guy to play. Now, what's his day one leader? Is he ever day one leader?
Yeah, FRL, the first round leader. Let's see.
Yeah.
X right now is about he's about plus 1900 outright to win. Top 5 is 345 plus 345. Top 10, which by the way, he has a lot of top 10s.
Yeah.
Is plus 175.
Okay.
Let's see. First round leader right here. And this is all coming off, by the way, DraftKings. Let's see. Where is X? 4,100.
Okay. 4,100. Plus 4,100 to be day one leader.
Yep.
Okay. That's a $5 bet right there.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. It's like those are the kind of the dudes I'm looking at right now. By the way, you could also interest me in guys like Mav McNeely, maybe Siwoo. Like you can see a couple of those guys. Well.
Yeah, Siwoo, good little bet. I'm going to tell you a couple that I put down already. I usually play 3 guys to win. I'm going to be on Young at plus 2,200.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good value for him. He's playing pretty hot. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm always
19-1.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's now 19-1, so it's good.
Oh, okay. Plus 2,200 is good then. Yeah. I'm going to be on Aberg because when he wins it, I'm not going to miss it. Plus 2,800.
Well, I love Aberg. I'm like Aberg is like, it's like him and Seagal. No, what's his name? Shahith. I love that guy too.
Oh yeah.
But my problem is that with Aberg is like, if he's close or maybe he's even in the lead in the fourth, going into the fourth round, I cannot trust him. He's got to. Okay. I can't trust him. Just throwing it out there. I can't trust him. But go for it.
Fair enough.
I like Ludwig.
Yeah, my long shot here. I'm gonna play some money on Hovland at plus 5,000.
Yeah,
just seems like this is one of those tournaments where he always, like around day 3, you see him at the bottom of that little small leaderboard in the corner, and he's like 3 strokes back, and you're like, this fucking guy hanging around. I don't know. Maybe this weekend. Also,
it's gonna be windy. It can be a little if it's windy. So that's where these long shots, even longer shots, can come into play.
Yeah.
Like Bobby, I like Bobby McIntyre plus 7,000. I would throw that out there. Neiman's 8,000, putting him out there. All these guys I would bet like top 5, top 10 too. You could probably convince me both Fitzpatrick, Alex and Matt.
Okay. Right.
Cam Smith is plus 120. Like I'm probably doing that.
Plus 120 to what?
To win. Plus 120, not 120, 120.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Plus like 12,000 or whatever. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, you put $1 on that and you walk away with $500,000.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of wide open. The weather and then the pairings are going to be important. So, obviously we don't have to say this, but Scotty is a good bet.
Yeah. Well, that's why what you brought up earlier is one extra bet that I've made that I've got locked in right now with the weather conditions and how dialed in that guy is. I'm I am straight up playing Scotty Scheffler to win day one because the odds are plus 1,600, man. I put
Right.
on that. It's 160 on the first day, and that's not a bad bet.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'll never bet single digit golfers. I just won't do it. But I do like Scotty this weekend.
Yeah,
I just can't. He's at 450 plus.
Yeah, don't play him to win the tournament. Just play him day one at plus 1,600.
Always. That's your first round leader type stuff. And Rory's plus 930. I'm not doing it. Like you got to. And Rahm is plus 1175, so he's like 11-1. Those three guys are awesome. I want to bet them. I want to see them win, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm not doing it that way.
No, I'm not doing it that way. I'm looking for some value here.
Yeah, in the 20s, in the 20s, legit 20s. Like I like 22, Fleetwood 23, Fitzpatrick. Desham, I like in the 30s. Siwoo in the 30s. Those are two guys. I like Henley at 40-1. You could maybe Wyndham Clark at 45, Patrick Reed at 46. Those guys.
Yeah.
So those kind of guys I'm interested in the 2, 3s, and 4s, 20s, 30s, 40s. Just throwing it out there. In the 50s, I'm kind of out on like Cantley and Hovland. I just can't do it. 60s, nobody. 70s, Bobby Mack. 80s, Neiman. I'm going through the site here real quick. 90s, really nobody. Once we hit the 80s, 70s, 90s, now we're just you're throwing money in a garbage can. Yeah, exactly. Buy a lotto ticket instead. Yeah. Buy a lotto ticket instead. You have some better odds on that. All right. Well, hey, that's quick roundabout there on the U.S. Open. Who we got going this weekend? I'll be watching. I'm sure we'll be texting. And, on the weekend of UFC 250 and the unregulated stolen valor that was happening all weekend, let's celebrate the U.S. Open. Let's go get it, boys. All right, Andy, let's jump into some no way and let's recap a few things from last week. All right. No way. There's no way. No way.
Okay, listen to me right now. Okay, this is my message moving forward harshly every day for this guy. This story is still going on. Larkin wants out. They're trying to get something together before the draft, which is, I think, in like 8 or 9 days. I think there's a deal maybe with like Florida has the 6th pick and it needs to give us the 6th pick, whatever. But the rest of the deal's not great. And these are not, NHL first round picks they're important. They're important. Don't get me wrong, but this is not like a NBA thing where you're getting a guy in the top 6 that steps right in and is a starter. This is not the way this goes.
Right.
It's not a great deal for us. So that's it. Andy, my message moving forward here is don't make a deal. Don't make a deal that's a bad deal, okay? Wait until the trade deadline next season. Make this asshole come in and play till the trade deadline and then ship him at the trade deadline to a team that's wanting and get a handful of stuff back that can help us and strip him of the C. That's it. I'm not going to stop with it. Strip him of the C. Make him come back and play next year and take the C right off his shirt when he walks in the locker room. That's what needs to be done.
Yeah, just wait it out. I'm with you. Just wait it out.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
This guy being captain of this hockey team next year?
No way. There's no way. No way.
There's no way. There is no way. All right, let's catch up on this gem that Louis dropped on us last week. Here's your buddy. He's back. Sorsby smoking his cigarette and everything. Okay, so looks like the Heat has caught up with Sorsby. I would imagine his agent through backdoor channels with the Big 12 and other people have found out like, no, they're going to rule on something and you're not playing this year. So he's got to go and he's going to jump in the NFL supplemental draft. I'm sure you've seen this. What do you make of it?
It's probably what he should have done in the beginning, right? He could have saved it. He could have just done this. Like I don't always know how the supplemental draft works. I don't know why anybody would take him at this point. I mean, maybe the Browns. I don't know. Like, I can't think of a team. The Dolphins. The Dolphins. Maybe that might be fine.
Not a chance. Not a chance. If my phone rings and I'm the GM of any team in the NFL Hell, if I'm the GM of a team in the UFL and this guy's agent calls me,
No way. There's no way. No way.
no
Right.
way, Andy, no way. I'm not touching this guy. Why? Why am I going to put myself on the line to give a shot to a kid who's done this?
Right.
No way. In this
Yeah, no
day and
way.
age with this gambling, no.
No, I agree. I'm shocked that we're still talking about this guy as in America. I'm like, we don't care about this. So what was he on our radar as a quarterback? I don't know.
That's the other thing I wanted to bring up during this discussion. This is the main part of this no way for me, is the way that like ESPN and all these other major sporting news networks are like clamoring for the guy, like all over Get Up and stuff the last couple of mornings. It's been, well, I don't know, maybe I would if I was a GM, I would take a shot on this guy. He's got a big upside. Then they're showing him like throwing balls and look at this long ball, look what he can do, and they're just like ball gargling him, trying to like inflate his draft. And I'm going, not one guy on any of those shows was like, no, not a chance.
Yeah,
Not even Louis Riddick.
I just don't get it. I'm like, I thought he was fine. I just didn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, no.
He's not even great. He's not even great. He's not worth it.
He's not.
No.
He's not worth it. That's why I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think it's gonna matter for this guy.
Yeah. Now, if you're one of these big money alum from Texas Tech that footed the bill for this lawyer to fight this case and win it, how mad are you right now?
Well, it's you're gonna get some good seats at Texas Tech games.
Yeah, but who's the quarterback?
Right. And basketball games. And basketball.
I can't look at last year. I was like, okay, with the new money and the NIL and everything coming in, this billionaire wanted to get involved in Texas Tech and it's his school and all that. And I'm like, this is the name of the game now. I honestly found it kind of fun that he was taking on all the blue bloods. They got money now. They can just jump up and win a title like Indiana, like, okay, it was fun. I was rooting for them. They were the underdog school. This year, no way. No way.
Remember last year I predicted Lincoln Riley was going to be the coach in Texas Tech.
Yeah, well, how's that looking?
Oh, they promised they put so much money into it. They got a bunch of good players, and you and I could coach that team.
Yeah, right. It's still on the table. You're saying so? It's still on the table.
Yeah. Soon, as soon as they go 7-5, Lincoln's coming.
Yeah, as soon as Lincoln gets in there, source, no chance. Beat it. No way.
No way. There's no way. No way.
Yeah, not playing it. All right, let's jump on Team USA Soccer for a minute. Okay. Team USA Soccer, they kicked off World Cup last week with a big win against Paraguay, who's a good team in the tournament. They're a good team. Beat them 4-1, Andy.
It was the greatest American soccer game of all time. It was amazing. It was fun. It was cool.
It was pretty much the biggest win in our World Cup history, yes or no?
I mean, it was the best they ever looked, for sure.
Yeah, that's probably a better statement. Yeah. I'll go with what you're saying. That's probably a better statement because it's just pool play. I think we might have won a round of 16 games.
Yeah, they've been closer-ish. I don't know. But, their next game is going to be – everyone's going to watch. It's on a holiday. A lot of people are going to have it off. It's going to be a huge, huge deal.
It's on 4th of July?
No. Juneteenth is a national holiday.
Friday. They're playing Friday. They're playing Friday. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I was thinking that's a big jump. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, they got to win some games. But here, let me bring this up. We always talk about how shitty men's soccer is in the USA. Like the World Cup's always a joke. We're always ragged on, and it's like this is a pipe dream and shit. So I was looking back to see like how we've done traditionally in this. I remember like in 92, the team was really good with like Alexi Lalas and stuff, like better than we've ever had. But I was like, okay, so anyway, here we go. 2014, we made the round of 16. I mean, that's not bad, right? If you make the round of 16, that's not bad.
Right.
2018, I'm sorry, and 2016. We made the round of 16 in 2014 is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in 2018, we didn't even qualify.
Yep.
Didn't even qualify to go. Now that deserves being ragged on. That's garbage. We have all the money in the world over here in great athletes. We should have a better team. Okay. And then in 22, made the round of 16 again. And the last World Cup, we made the round of 16. I mean, you got to win a couple games to do that, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So not that bad for comparatively speaking to the rest of the world. I would say this is on the level of like Australia winning the bronze medal in baseball. Like,
Yeah,
they've got a little baseball program over there, but not
Yeah.
like the rest of the world.
I think they just have never been a real threat to win. And I'm not saying they're a threat to win it this year, but that first game was the first time everybody was like, okay, now hang on. If they're going to play like this could be a threat. Like, I doubt they're going to be a threat to win, but this was the first time we at least had a legit reason to think that.
Yeah, yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a giant soccer knowledge guy. I don't know if you are.
No.
But I would bet this, being a sports guy and understanding sports, the fact that we won that first game 4-1 opens it up for us a little bit. Because usually if you tie or lose in that first game in soccer, you start playing not to lose. That's the biggest part of that game, is playing not to lose. You don't play to win. So they're out there, when you lose that first game or tie, and then you lose or tie the second game, now you're like, oh my God, we got to get 2 points or we're not going to get out of pool play. And then you just sit back playing defense and it's 0-0 the whole time. Going up, winning that game 4-1 kind of opens the door for us to take the pitch next game and go turn on the gas, guys, go play.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yes, 100%. And also, they're 50-1. So, it's like basically like they were like Patrick Cantlay to win this weekend. Like,
okay.
You're like, I doubt Cantlay wins. I really doubt it. Like,
yeah,
Cantlay never wins. This never does it. But, if it all breaks right, I mean, it's all got to break right. That's kind of how I feel about America. It's all got to break right.
Yeah. Now, do you think we'll see them? I'm not going to say win a World Cup in our lifetimes. The answer is no. We just move on. Do you think you'll ever see them get to a final in the World Cup?
In my lifetime?
In our lifetime.
How many do I have left, basically? Like
maybe 10.
4 years? Maybe 10. Maybe 10. I mean, I'd be great if I had 10 more. Get to a finals?
Yeah, probably 8. Probably 8 times.
Yeah. So I'm going to say no. My guess would be no way. There's no way. No way.
You're 100% right. My guess would be no way. No way. No disrespect to these guys. I'll be pulling for them, but no way. I just don't think that's going to happen.
No. No way.
No, not going to happen. But hey, USA, get after it. Juneteenth, Friday. That game's going to be on. We'll be checked in. I'll probably be texting you about that damn game. Here's a little news on World Cup. So my wife is kind of in this mode right now where she's like, let's do stuff, like let's live, it's like we got just the two of us at home now, empty nest. My son's in his last year of school, so he'll probably be moving back in next year. So like, this is the kind of like a year we need to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
So she's like, let's do some bucket list stuff. She goes, let's go to World Cup. When are you going to get another chance to go to a World Cup game? It's here in Atlanta. So we're talking about it, and I'll be like, but babe, look at those tickets we talked about on the show. You're not going to see Team USA, so you're going to see some other 2 countries, right? Which will still be fun, but these things are like $1,000, $1,500 for like pool play. Like, it's just too expensive.
Yeah.
She is a smart lady. She's always like ahead of the curve. She goes, okay, well, the South African team's having trouble getting into the country like last week or whatever. And she's like, everybody's a little worried because all the visa stuff that was going on and all that. They hadn't arrived yet. They're one of the last teams and whatever. So she's like, you don't think they're going to let them in? Like, they're going to let them in. Elon's going to call Trump. They're going to be in. This is stupid. People are speculating this. So she jumped online and was like, I'm going to look at tickets for this game, and got some tickets for like $200.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're going to, tomorrow, we're going to be spending the day down World Cup. We get down there about 11 o'clock down in Atlanta. We're going to see Czechia play against South Africa. We'll be decked out in our Czechia Reds.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to the game, man.
Who's the favorite in that game? I have no idea.
Actually, I thought South Africa would have been, just on, off top of your head.
Right.
But something to do with them getting here late, I think, played to some of the odds makers, and Czechia is the favorite in the game. Slightly.
You should bet a tie. You should bet a tie. And you should also bet the dog.
Now in soccer, if you bet a tie, is that worth less than picking a winner? I gotta imagine it's
like plus. You can get a plus number on it.
Yeah, probably like plus 100 or something. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, bet a tie. Just pray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we can find it. I'll find out. I'll text you.
Yeah, I might text me because I'm probably gonna put a little something on Chechia just for fun. You know what I mean? Who knows? Whatever. But it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking
Here
forward
we go.
to
I
it.
got it. The money line is Chechia's minus 130. South Africa money line's plus 370. A draw, a tie is plus 270.
Okay, plus 270 on the draw. Oof,
That's what it
that's
says here on the
tempting.
internet.
That is tempting there, buddy. I might jump on that. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll jump on that.
Let's see.
But she looked up the songs. We're gonna be doing all the chants, all that stuff, man. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
Why not?
I'll have some stuff for you guys next week on the show. No doubt about it.
Great.
That's gonna be great. Any plans for the weekend, man? I know you got the day off to watch the golf on Friday.
I'm gonna watch.
holiday.
You're gonna watch the Open. I'm gonna watch America on Friday. I'm gonna watch the
Yep.
Team USA. There's noon our time, so it's like 3 your time.
Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect.
And then U.S. Open, and then it's probably about it. It'll be nice watching sports I don't normally watch a lot of, except like
Yeah, we're in that lull.
majors and World Cups. So
We're in that lull. NBA and NHL's done. We've got baseball down the stretch after USA Open. We got nothing in golf here. Yeah, we're in that stretch, man, waiting for football.
well, we got the NBA draft next week. My prediction. I don't know if we'll be on before that, but I would say it's going to go Devonta 1. I think the Jazz are going to take Boozer because Carlos works for the Utah Jazz. And then I think Darren Peterson's going to go to the Grizz. I think the Bulls are going to get Caleb Wilson. And then 5, the Clippers, who knows? And I think Giannis is going to get traded in the next week.
Yeah, he's got to.
Yeah.
He's got to. It looks like Miami. But we'll see.
I think it's the
We'll see
Celtics.
what
I think it's going to go to the Celtics.
Oh, you think they're going to do the Jaylen Brown deal?
I think Brown's going to go somewhere. And I have no idea where. There's Clippers. There's Atlanta. There's Pellies. There's a lot of talk.
Man, what a bummer. They're not going to get anything near what he's worth. But everybody knows they got to get rid of him.
It's coming. It's all coming.
It's coming.
So
it's coming. That's going to be it.
Next month, we'll start looking into some futures, NFL futures.
Yeah. Well, we'll start looking at some of those. We'll have some of those things for you. Knock it off this week, guys. We already touched on Sorsby. That was we did a no way on letting him into the league, but it's a knock it off on that whole situation as well. Let's get out of here on our last thing here. This is the knock it off. Speaking of the Spurs and the NBA, Wemby being the villain, Andy, that you see everybody's painting him. He's become the villain. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, he was a little dirty. I think I think I said this last week. He yells at his teammates a little bit, but you have to remember he's 22. He's 22. He's going to figure this thing out. He's a little young. Very hard for super young dudes in the NBA to win. Even LeBron never did it at that age. Like Magic did do it, but it's hard. So I give him a pass. But yeah, it wasn't. He went into that series as we all loved him, and then we all loved the Knicks somehow in that series. We're like, I love this Knicks team, not Wemby. So they're just young. They're young.
Yeah, they are just young, and I think it's completely unfair to him. I think it's completely unfair to him when everybody's like, "Oh, he's dirty. Have you been watching how they've been playing him all playoffs and how it's just been not called? How are you going to be like? And then when he retaliates, he's dirty. Come on.
Yeah, it was a tough series. I mean, the Knicks smartly, wisely, they laid hands on him every chance they got. You know, and the refs weren't calling it. That's bad for Wemby when the refs aren't calling it.
And they're not because the message from the league is, well, you can't, or we're just gonna be at the line the whole game. You can't deal with the guy. You gotta let him hack him and foul him. It's like the Shaq thing. Like you gotta just live with it, and that's the way it is. Him not shaking hands, I could give a shit. I could give a shit about any of that. What's he supposed to do? The Knicks just won the title for the first time in 53 years. Confetti's falling from the ceiling. These guys are hugging each other. They're coming out with the hats and shit. You're supposed to walk through all that to walk over there to shake his hand? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Right. I mean, but he probably should have, though. I will say he probably should have. It's done at every series, every sports series. No, NHL, baseball, like it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
So
those guys line up for
imagine if he did that to the Pistons. You'd have lost your mind.
I wouldn't have cared. I honestly wouldn't have cared. I don't care about that shit. I can't be a hypocritical Piston fan. We don't shake hands. So I don't care
that team caught. Yeah, but this team would. I'm going to say no way on that. I think you'd be like, fuck Wemby.
I mean, honestly, as a competitor, you don't want, like, you're upset at the end of the game. You don't want to have to do that anyway. But just as a competitor, I would think to myself, the last fucking thing Jalen Brunson wants right now is me, excuse me, and getting through everybody to make him stop what he's doing to shake my hand. We'll talk later.
They can do,
We'll
they
talk
can
later.
talk later too. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. He could have said something at the presser like, hey, all this stuff was going on. I didn't want to take away from their moment. Congrats to them, blah, 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 which he kind of didn't do. But I don't know, man. Making this kid the villain, I'm like, just stop. I don't see it. He played, to me, his whole performance in the finals played as tough. They were hacking the shit out of him. He was giving it back. His guys weren't stepping up to the plate, and they started fading. He was getting in their face. Let's try to win the game. He came across to me as a guy I'd love to have in my organization. You know, it's just me. You know.
Yeah, I'm torn on it. I was like, oh, I just don't, the way he's yelling at his guys. I'm like, I don't know. It's something I don't know yet. I can't figure out how I feel about it.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out next year. You're right about that. That's fair to say. We'll have to see how it starts out next year. And if it starts to look like it's a competitive thing and he's a leader, then we'll let it go. If it starts to look like he starts to become self-absorbed and, you know, it's more about persona, when the team's losing, he's trying to protect his own image and shit like that, I'll be with you, you know?
Yeah, it never felt like, I guess, you know, it never felt like he was yelling at them, saying like, it always felt like you got to do better, not we can do this. But I don't know. I couldn't hear him. So, you know, it felt like he was blaming them when he was yelling.
Yeah, which is a fine line between blaming and holding people accountable. So I don't know. Well, we'll have to see about it. But making him the villain this early and saying he hurt his legacy, he's already lost his first finals and all that.
All right, everyone, time to do me a favor and knock it off.
Like you said, all these other guys never even got to that point as youngsters. So the kid's 22, he's in his second season. This is
right. Kareem was in college at 22.
Yeah,
you know, there's time.
Right, and from another country. You know what I mean? Like, let's relax. It's not like he's, you know, he didn't get drafted into Memphis, his hometown, and he's down the road in Oklahoma City. You know what I mean? It's coming across the water, bro.
For sure.
Yeah. Anyway, well, hey, wish him luck. It was good for the NBA. It was a great season. And that's it for this week, man. Watch the Open. We'll be in touch. And that's it, man. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, man. Let's get ready for football season. It's coming. Props, bets,
I'm geared.
Over-unders. Here we come.
Geared up.
We cutting loose.
Touchdown. College football is now B1G versus SEC. Down. If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money. Ready? All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. Man, you know what we didn't talk about was old Trump. Eric Trump. Was it Eric Trump that was trying to text Daniel Cormier about telling him who's going to win the fight?
What's rigged? A moron.
A fucking idiot, Andy.
Yeah,
like,
it was like WWE. I was like, wrong sport, dude.
But like, even in the bigger picture on that thing, it was like, you and your brothers just got handed $500 million in a Bitcoin company, and I think like another $500 million on a drone company you started. The two of you are billionaires right now. Why are you texting someone to see who you should throw $100 on for the fight? Hey, you got a horse for me? Got a horse for me?
Terrible.
What are you doing?